I was hoping, MC Ron, you could run us all the way back to being the youngest MC Ron you can remember being, and tell us a little bit about what it sounded like to be you and the vibes of your younger days.
Well, my younger days. So, well, if I go back, like, I have a big brother, and he was a b-boy back in the days. So he listened to all those old school rappers that was back in the days, from Grandmaster Flash to Africa Bambaataa to like Tom Loke and all these rappers. So if I go back, I heard like that was my first thing that I heard, and of course my mom, she listened to all kind of love songs back from the 80s. But that was, I think, that was the first thing that really gave me that feeling like rap. Like I heard that da 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 da, da. And back then I couldn't talk English. I didn't understand English back then. I learned from TV, from movies, and listening to songs. That's how I learned to speak English. So I didn't learn like from the school, because I was never in the class. I was a troublemaker. I didn't like to go to class. Instead of that, I was going and smoking a J and stuff like that. So
So like, okay, so when you were growing up in fuck Sweden and Hungary, were you like which where does you start your life? Is it in Sweden and you
in
like start
Sweden,
there?
yeah, yeah, I was born in Sweden. So that's the point where I started from.
And what's it okay, like what's it like being a kid in Sweden? Like what are some of the things y'all do? Cuz I mean, I know it sounds like a goofy question, but man, you got to understand. It's like I'm wildly curious like that.
Yeah, like for me and for my bro, it was hard because we grew up without a dad and without a father figure. So I was the one that was more troublemaker than him. I was the black sheep of the family. So back then in school, like I remember when I was in fifth class, yeah, in fifth class, and there's a school called Hermodsdal, and that's where I went. And back then, it was a lot of junkies, like besides the school or around the school in the bushes, you could find like needles that was like, yeah, heroin and stuff. So even a guy that came into the school, and a junkie that came into the school and got OD'd on the toilet. So back then it was a lot of that things that I saw. And the first time I saw somebody chasing the dragon, like, I don't know, it was a really, how do you say, another environment. And Malmo, my city, is the worst city in whole Sweden. There is Stockholm and Gothenburg, of course, but Malmo is like Chicago, especially now. Now
Right.
it's even more worse than back then, because now you got like 15 years old kids going and popping each other just for like $200 or $100, or if he went and sold hash to another person and he didn't. Yeah, it's like a lot of gangs right now. There is like from Hells Angels to Bandidos to like Somalian gangs, Albanian gangs, Russian gangs, and it's like totally fucked up. It's just getting worse all the time. It's just getting more bad, and even the police, they be like, it's too late. We can't do nothing.
Yo, it's like not what you expect when you hear that. Like from Sweden
Yeah,
and stuff,
because
like you just
people,
don't expect.
yeah,
You were just like, nah. Like my girlfriend in the comments was like, man, it must be a good life growing up in Sweden, and then it's like, no, nah, we that's some real not as fun environments.
no, 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 not at all. And yeah, so that was like when I was like 15, and yeah, it was hard because my mom was working and she couldn't buy like Nikes. sneakers for me, and it was like when my classmate came and he's like, yeah, look at my sneakers. I bought sneakers for $160, and yeah, my dad bought it for me. So for me, it was like, damn, I want to have those sneakers too. I want to have Nikes. I want to have Puma. I want to have Adidas. And I was like, what should I do? So yeah, I got into some stuff. Then I started to slang some hash, weed, pills, ecstasy, all kind of stuff, except heroin at that time.
That's
Uh,
wild.
and yeah, and that's how I grew up, and that's why I have so much things to say in my rap. I'm no Rick Ross, a fake rapper, or uh, okay, he's a good rapper.
He really, like,
Uh,
I have to give him his credit, right? Like, end of the day, he's
Yeah, yeah, he's
very
a good
entertaining to
rapper. He's
listen
a good
to.
rapper. Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, he's a good rapper, but still, but yeah,
I
I'm
hear what
no,
you're
I'm
saying
no.
with the because
Yeah,
he just if in case anyone's wondering, he basically stole the persona of Freeway Rick Ross and impersonated a lot of that lifestyle, and then made excellent music. And so we all were like, yeah, it's cool. But
yeah,
it's I get
yeah,
what you're saying though, because I mean, if I had grown up in an environment like that and I saw people be living a little bit profiting off of a lifestyle that is not necessarily something they went through, I would understand the frustration that comes with it. But even hearing all that, it's like, again, you don't really think about that side of life in that part of the world over here. So it's like, yo, say word. I guess like shit can get real no matter where the fuck you are, because that's just the way the
yeah,
world works, and there is no real fucking perfect system for all the talk you might hear glorifying a place like other Swedens and Norways and all these places.
yeah, yeah.